From Hollywood, California, home of Wild Card Boxing, Freddie Roach's Wild Card Gym, where Jaime Munguia has set up camp. We're getting ready for Jaime Munguia's media workout. The fighter from Tijuana, Mexico, getting ready for next week's clash against Mexican star Saul Canelo Álvarez. Tonight, or this afternoon, we're going to have the media workout with you. We'll be joined by Oscar De Loya, Fernando Beltran, of course, Jaime Munguia. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be around the world. Bienvenidos a toda la gente que nos está mirando desde México o Puerto Rico, like my good friend Gabriel Rosado. I'm Beto Duran alongside Gabriel Rosado, who knows a thing or two about going up against Jaime Munguia. All right, before we get going, Gabe, we're going to be here for about an hour, so let's not waste all the energy right now. Let me give the people what the setup's going to be. Right now, we're going to wait for the arrival of Munguia. We're going to have some guests come here and talk to us, but we're going to give you behind the scenes and show you what it's like to work out here at Wild Card Boxing. Gabe, for you, let me get this out the way. You fought Munguia in 2021.
Yeah.
What was it like fighting him?
You know, man, I just remember his ability to recover so quickly. You know, there were times where I hurt him to the body, and, you know, usually a guy doesn't recover too quick from a body shot, and within 5 seconds he's throwing a 5-punch combination with some steam on it. And that's one thing that impressed me, was his ability to recover so quick.
And now you know a thing or two about working at Wild Card Boxing, training with Freddie Roach. Munguia, after you fought him, a couple fights after that is when he decided to make the switch to Freddie Roach. He looks different. He doesn't look like the guy that you saw in 2021.
No, absolutely. I think it was a great move for Munguia because Freddie Roach is an offensive coach, and Munguia is an offensive fighter. And I see that, you know, Freddie's just adding simple little tools to his arsenal that's making him a better fighter, and I think that's why he looks so good against Ryder. And was able to stop Ryder, something Canelo wasn't able to do. Yeah,
Canelo went with Ryder the distance in Guadalajara, and Munguia stopped him in his last fight. So Canelo against Munguia is a 4-belt undisputed title fight between the two Mexicans. It's going to be Guadalajara against Tijuana, Mexico. Brought to you by Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with Golden Boy Promotions and Zanfer Boxing Promotions. Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. You'll see Canelo Álvarez going up against Jaime Munguia, and that'll be a PBC pay-per-view event on Prime Video Saturday, May 4th from T-Mobile Arena. And Gabe, you're going to be there working on the undercard, so it's going to be a busy day for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, it's like you have the Mexicans in Vegas. It's a different vibe, but it's Canelo weekend. That's a way different vibe.
Yeah, man, this is great, man. The last time I remember seeing two great Mexican warriors going against each other is Barrera Morales. You know, that was one of my favorite fights when it comes to Mexican versus Mexican. So this reminds me of that.
Have you been in Vegas for a Canelo fight?
Yeah. I've been on a couple Canelo cards.
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
Like, you're like bringing up Barrera Morales. I'm like, hey, you know what it's like to be on that card. Okay, so that's another perfect example. Like, Canelo is a star.
Yeah.
We're going to give him all the credit. He's earned it all. You know, we've been there when they play the whatever song he's going to come out to, or the Mexican anthem, the building just explodes.
Yeah.
But for Munguia, he's now the B-side, something different.
Yeah.
So what's it like, and what's Munguia going to go up against on something like that?
Well, you know, this is the biggest stage of his life, you know, but Munguia, you know, he's kind of used to this. He's been selling out arenas.
Yeah.
You know, when we fought, it was a sold-out arena in Anaheim. It was loud, and, you know, Munguia, he's reached, I think he's right there reaching his prime. So this is a perfect moment. I think he's going to seize the moment. I think he's going to put on a great performance. All
right, so you know a thing or two about this division, so you know what it's like. Are you retired still?
I don't know.
Such a fighter. You know, every time we work together, I was like, man, Gabriel Rosado has a huge broadcast future. And I always ask this question. 6 months ago, I was like, oh, man, I'm done. Now it's like,
no, man, I don't know.
But the reason I bring that up is because, you know, Canelo could have picked anybody. And, you know, they're going to have the detractors that are saying he should fight this guy, he should fight that guy. But he went and chose Munguia. And that's essentially what Canelo's doing. He chooses who he wants to fight.
For sure.
Munguia's earned this, though.
No, absolutely. You know, I thought that, you know, it was between Benavidez or Munguia. And, you know, both fighters, when it comes to Benavidez and Munguia, are very similar. Young fighters, they're going to keep pressing. They're action-packed fighters, they high volume. So it's not an easy task for Canelo. You know, he picked a hard fight, and it's going to be great.
Why Munguia? Why do you think?
You know, Munguia, I think he's earned his spot. And one thing is they got Ryder in common, and Munguia is the only guy to stop Ryder. So, you know, I think just because of that, man, he's definitely earned a spot just because he looked a lot better against Ryder.
That Ryder fight, and John Ryder's a tough dude. Mind you, Ryder retired after that fight. But it's one thing to knock somebody out. It's one thing to stop him. But it's the way that he did it. He broke him down with something that Canelo couldn't do.
Yeah, he broke him down. And right there, we were watching highlights of him and Dumacheko. Dumacheko's a tough guy, man. He's a tough vet. He's coming forward. You know, and he stopped him. You know, it was a fight that was a close fight, and he stopped him. But what I liked in the Ryder fight, not only did he stop him, he dominated the fight. And that was very impressive. He dominated.
And Canelo Álvarez, of course, 60-2. His only losses to Floyd Mayweather in 2013 and recently to Bivol in a division that he didn't belong in. He's just a star. He packs the arenas. He had the trilogy with Triple G. But when you start fighting at the age of 15, he's been a pro for 18 years. There is eventually some wear and tear that's going to go on your body, and Canelo keeps himself in great shape. He knows what he needs to do. He recently built that house in the Lake Tahoe area to get the altitude working. He is a pro's pro, the epitome of being a professional. But Gabe, you know this, when you turn 30, your body feels different. You have to fight in a different way.
No, for sure. But, you know, one thing that I see about Canelo is, you know, when he fought Charlo, you know, he dominated Charlo, and it was more one punch at a time. Yeah. But I think he didn't have a good dance partner that night.
Yeah, that's
you know?
the point.
So, Munguia,
it wasn't the Charlo that we expected.
It wasn't the Charlo that we expected. But Munguia, I think he's going to bring the best out of Canelo. And I think we're going to see a lot of the old Canelo, the slip and the roll and the combinations, and there's a lot of pride involved because it's two Mexican warriors.
As they always say, styles make fights. This is one, you might say, okay, you know, Munguia is 43-0, but has he really been tested? The last couple fights have been different because a few years ago, it was like, well, who's he fighting here? Who's he fighting there? But they built him up and then changed to Freddie. Looks different since he moved to Hollywood.
No, for sure. And look, you know, he's fighting great guys. You know, we fought in 2021. He fought Dumacheko. He stops Dumacheko.
He had to come back. He was losing that fight.
Yeah, he was losing that fight. You know, Ryder. These are top guys. You know, and Jaime is a young fighter, and he's just improving, and he looked good. He finally went up to 168, and he looked great in that division, and he carried the weight good.
A man who knows Jaime Munguia very, very well. Join us right now, the founder of Zanfer Promotions, Fernando Beltran. Fernando, ¿cómo estamos? How we doing today?
Hi, fine. Thank you. Very excited being here with you guys.
Fernando, you come up from Tijuana. We mentioned you know Jaime very well because, for the people who don't know, you used to put his dad on cards in Tijuana. So you've seen the little boy become this man.
Yeah, absolutely. He since he was a kid,
he was grabbing the bucket.
Yeah, he was with gloves and everything, and he was trying to be somebody in the sport of boxing in Tijuana, and we're very proud of him because he started, and his style always was more professional than amateur. You know, he used to go to the body, he used to fight like a professional more than an amateur. So he always was like silver medals or bronze medal, but and he won only one national. But
he was meant for the pro game.
He was meant for the pro game. That's why he made his pro debut very young age.
For sure. Now him switching over now with Freddie Roach. What kind of improvements do you see in Munguia?
Oh, I see a lot of improvements. Since he was with, he started with his dad. Then we moved to with Alcazar.
Yep.
He learned a lot.
Who trained Oscars?
Yeah, and then with Eric Morales, and now with Freddie, I see that he puts more of his. He was back to his aggressive style.
Okay.
And I'm more strong. He works a lot. You know, as you know, you spar more with Freddie than with anybody else.
No, yeah, Freddie's going. He's definitely going to get the best out of you. Yes. And you know, when we fought, you know, Freddie got the best out of me. And one thing I was telling Belto is, what I feel that Munguia has is ability to recover, and he comes back strong with combinations.
Yes.
You know, and I think with Canelo, is this fight? Are we going to see the best of Munguia because he's so excited and he finally got the shot? Everyone wants to fight Canelo, and he gets the shot.
Well, we're gonna see a guy with a hungry, and we're gonna see a guy who really wants the fight. And he's not gonna wait. He's gonna go and find out what Saul's got, and we're gonna see award. We're gonna see award because he's not wasting his time, and he's not gonna waste this opportunity. So he's gonna go for the knockout or for the decision, but he's gonna fight.
Fernando Beltran, the man who runs Zanfer Promotions in Tijuana. It's a co-promotion. It's a Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, Golden Boy, and Zanfer. Everybody there is going to be Cinco de Mayo weekend. Fernando, you've been there in Las Vegas for Canelo weekends. You know what it's like, but it's different this time because Jaime's the underdog. Jaime is the B side, yeah. But he doesn't think like that, does he?
Oh, absolutely not. He's not he's got no conflict being the B side. He's got nothing. He's gonna be happy. He's like Manny Pacquiao. When you used to see Manny Pacquiao going into the ring, you used to see a smile on his face, and he was gonna go and fight, and he was smiling and everything. Jaime is like that. Jaime is gonna be excited. Jaime is gonna be looking for the first belt, and he's gonna be very excited to be there.
Why did Canelo pick Munguia? He could have fought anybody. That's what Canelo does. But why Munguia?
Well, I believe because after the Charlo performance, he first wanted the other Charlo, but I don't think he was a lot of interest from the audience, and there was not many fighters to choose. Yeah. And he chose Jaime because I think he's got the credentials. He knocked out Ryder, and Ryder before in a gap of 12 months he went the distance with Canelo, and then Jaime knocked him out. He was not that. 4 years ago, he fought Canelo. He was in a gap of.
I mean, Canelo say, "Oh, okay, that guy, right?" Because if he goes the distance with Ryder, I don't think Canelo picks him.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. But one thing that Ryder said, he was in a living hell with Jaime.
Gabe knows.
Yeah, we were there ringside at the fight. It was a great fight.
Yeah. It was a great fight. Yeah, he dropped him, and it was great. So I believe that Jaime does not know how to lose yet. And he doesn't want to know on May 4th.
Fernando, for this, though, the business side of it is always real sticky, whatever's going on. But you, Zanfer, and Golden Boy have a partnership where you're bringing Jaime Munguia together. You could have easily done anything else. Why stick with Oscar and Golden Boy?
Well, I think for loyalty, Oscar and Golden Boy, they give us the opportunity. And with Saddam Ali. And we didn't have options or anything, and I told Oscar and I told Eddie Gomez, we don't need to have options or something signed. We're gonna, you give us the opportunity, now we're gonna be here. And
to win the title at 154.
Yeah, and then we've been doing business together with Jaime, and everything is running very smooth. We're very grateful to them and very loyal, and that's why we stay together, and we're gonna keep together. We're going to win this fight together.
We're at Hollywood, Wildcard Boxing, Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend. You're going to see Canelo Álvarez taking on Jaime Munguía, Fernando Beltran, president of Zanfer Promotions. Ahora, la última cosa en español, para la gente que está mirando en México, ¿qué es un mensaje?
Pues muy contento, muy agradecido con todos los aficionados de Jaime Munguía. Sé que toda la gente cree en él. No los vamos a defraudar y nos vemos el 4 de mayo. Y el 4 de mayo en New.
And new, hasta echando inglés, and new, right? New. Everybody speaks the and new. Fernando, gracias, thank you so much. You did a great job with Jaime. We'll see you in Las Vegas. Canelo Munguía, we're moments away from Jaime Munguía arriving here at Wildcard. Let's check out some more footage from our Golden Boy cameras.
To do. Munguía fighting nicely off the ropes now.
Nice combination landed up top from Munguía. Oh, and all of a sudden, just like a lightning bolt, Munguía puts Kelly down.
Ser de México es algo, pues es un país de campeones, ¿no? Donde pues el boxeo se lleva en la sangre. Entonces para mí el venir a otros lugares, a otros países y poner el nombre de México en alto y tener a gente pues con ese nombre en mi esquina es un gran honor.
Para nosotros ir a Guadalajara, que la gente lo conozca, a Jaime, y para él mismo, que la gente lo vea, va a ser muy importante. Al final va juntando y va conquistando ciudades para poder, el día que le toque su oportunidad de estar en lo más alto, cuente con el apoyo de toda esta gente.
And Munguia doing something I haven't seen him do, flurry with his back against the ropes with
Bueno, la verdad que yo siempre, desde chiquito, siempre he tenido el gusto por el boxeo y obviamente pues es gracias a mi papá. Mi papá también fue boxeador, pero yo desde que recuerdo, desde que iba en el kinder, que me preguntaban qué iba a ser de grande, siempre yo decía que iba a ser boxeador. Y pues no sé, siempre, toda la vida, como que siempre sabía que iba a ser.
Yo creo que Jaime está preparado poco a poco en ese sentido. Yo creo que en este momento te puedo decir que ya está preparado para traer ese peso de ser el máximo referente del boxeo mexicano, así como lo fue en su momento Julio César Chávez, como lo fue Eric Morales, como fue Barrera, Márquez. O sea, te puedo decir infinidad de peleadores que han traído ese peso en la espalda de ser el máximo referente del boxeo mexicano. Y yo creo que Jaime está en su momento y está a punto de lograrlo.
Es un gran honor para mí, ¿no?, el estar ahora representado por esas grandes personas. Yo creo que es una gran responsabilidad, tengo que echarle muchas ganas, tengo que seguir trabajando. La verdad, creo que tengo las capacidades y creo que con el trabajo duro, dedicación, puedo llegar a donde yo quiera.
Bueno, sí, yo creo que ser una de las figuras que vienen empujando, como tú dices, de la nueva generación, a lo mejor de Jaime, de Pitbull, del Camarón Cepeda, de Ángel Fierro, de varios peleadores que vienen ahí empujando fuerte. Yo creo que sin temor a equivocarme, yo creo que el máximo referente va a llegar y ya en su momento ya es Jaime, pero va a llegar todavía más arriba, aprovechar o más bien reemplazar esta figura que es Canelo Álvarez, que ahorita es el mayor referente del boxeo mexicano y del boxeo mundial. Yo creo que está a un paso de lograr eso.
Munguia came on with an onslaught of speed and combinations right there. Big right uppercut.
A quick uppercut on the inside, and Kelly goes down again.
Y creo que Jaime ha sido muy paciente, ha trabajado paso a paso, haciendo lo que tiene que hacer, no dejando de entrenar, cuidándose, alistándose y preparándose para poder lograr ser mejor. Entonces, yo no pensaría por qué no pudiera lograr serlo.
We know Jaime Munguia's bigger tests are still to come.
Back at Wildcard Boxing in Hollywood, California, waiting the arrival of Jaime Munguia. Saludos a la gente que nos está mirando desde México. Unos momentos llega Jaime Munguia, Beto Durán, alongside Gabe Rosado. So Gabe, Jaime Munguia, they show some of the highlights right there. The fight against Derevchenko, the fight against Jimmy Kilrain Kelly. He continues to progress, continues to get better. You look at him, like, all right, he's 43-0. Eventually he has to step up. I think when he started fighting you in 2021, that's when the competition got better for him. And we all see the social media posts, people saying, oh, he's ducking this guy, he's ducking that guy. Yeah. But it's a process. You have to build up a fighter, because we mentioned it earlier, he doesn't look the same from when he fought you. That's the Freddie Roach effect, isn't it?
No, absolutely. And it's a process, man. There's a craft at matchmaking. You know, you see Ryan Garcia now, how great he's looking, right? He's shocking everyone. But it's a craft. It's little by little. It's beating the Campbells. It's fighting those kind of guys. And that's what you got with Munguia. We got to remember he's young. Yep. He's what, 26? Yep. 26, 27? He's young, man. So right now he's reaching his prime. And I think a guy like Canelo is going to bring out the best in Munguia.
All right, hold on. There's sorry, Luis, but there's pan dulce being passed around here. Like, imagine that. Freddie Roach is going to let pan dulce inside the wild card. So you know it's a media day workout right now.
For sure.
Listen, Anthony, bring me the pan dulce over here, man. We got to see this. We got to see it. Sorry, Luis. I know I'm coming away from it. You know, we got to get you on camera over here. You got to get it over here. Come on, Mike. Get over here, Mike. Get over here. We're going to be talking about boxing. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful right there. There's a camera right there.
I'll split one when you
There's a camera. The conchas have been brought in. And then that's when you know it's an immediate workout, because normally Freddie thank you. By the way, the best cut man right there, Boxer Raj right there. See, and he's got the shirt. It's a medium. But here's the thing about, thank you, Mike. Get out of here. Because normally at Freddie's gym, it's no nonsense. It's you walk in here. I see the signs. No cameras, no recording. For sure. None of that.
It's an old school boxing gym.
It's a hardcore. This is what Munguia needed to get better, didn't he?
Absolutely. And I understand what Munguia wanted getting with Freddie, because when I kind of regrouped and I fought Jacobs and I fought Bektemir and then I fought the big fight with Munguia, I got with Freddie Roach. I said, man, I got to get with a guy that's old school, there's no joke, straightforward. And Freddie got me to that. So, you know, Munguia, he's fresh, he's young, and that's what he needs, an old school trainer.
Okay, Munguia is the underdog. He goes against Canelo, who's just a fantastic fighter, Hall of Famer, all the accolades. He deserves that and then some. Canelo moves the needle right now. The thing about this, though, if Munguia goes in there and he loses, which is a possibility, it doesn't hurt his career.
No. But it's how you lose.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay. Let's just say hypothetically. Okay, he goes in there and he battles and he shakes Canelo a little bit.
If you go in there guns blazing and you leave it all on the line, it's like his promoter said, Beltran. He said Munguia is going to bring it and it's going to be a war. And that's the kind of fight that Munguia has to bring. You have to take it from the champion.
Because Munguia fights are never boring. We've done a bunch of them.
Absolutely.
You've been in them, but you've been at the arena with him. He's going to have that pride from Tijuana, show up in the middle, and let's just go.
It's certain guys react different when they get hit, right? Some guys get hit and they shy away. Munguia gets hit, and it's like you activate something. You know, he might want to box you, but the moment he gets hit with some shots, he's pressing the action.
So Munguia won a world title at 154 pounds. I was there. I keep saying that story over and over because it was cool. It was Hall of Fame weekend. It was Turning Stone Casino in upstate New York, and he destroyed Saddam Ali, who was a champ after he had beaten Cotto. But Fernando was there, a couple other people, and you just knew that kid was 20, maybe 21 years old at the time. You're like, okay, if he goes, he's going to continue to go. He's now grown into his body at 68. He struggled to make 60 because he's just such a big dude. And you see him, he's about 6'2", he's a big guy. The thing about Munguia, he wants these fights. When people are saying, oh, he's ducking this and that, and he wanted the fights. He was like, I'll take it. Remember, when Triple G had an opponent fall out, California Commission said, no, you're not ready for him. But he was willing to fight Triple G. I think he fought Vanes or I forgot who he fought. As Oscar's getting surrounded. Sorry, guys, we'll take Oscar right now. As Oscar De Loya just made his approval. Jane Murcia, PR woman extraordinaire, the czar, brings us here. Oscar right here. ¿Cómo estamos, campeón? There it is. So Oscar De Loya, a man who's been working with Zanfer Promotions, building the career of Jaime Munguia. We will see Munguia taking on Canelo Álvarez next Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. And Oscar, we were talking with Fernando earlier about when you build up a young fighter, and Gabe just said it, it's the matchmaking. He's ready now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go. What is he, 47-0?
43-0.
43-0.
34 KOs.
How many fights can you have before you end up fighting the big fish out in the sea? So he's faced every adversary. He's faced every style. He's faced every fighter they put in front of him, whether he bangs, whether he boxes, whether he's taken them out, and now he's ready for the biggest fish in the sea, and that's Canelo Álvarez.
Absolutely.
May 4th.
Boxing is about timing, right? And I think it's the perfect timing now for Munguia to face Canelo.
Yeah.
I think if it would have happened a few years back, it probably would have been too soon because, like Berto said, there's an art in matchmaking.
Right.
And, I think all the fights that he's done, especially the last one with Ryder, that's a confident booster because he did what Canelo couldn't do.
Well, it's a confident booster, and also keep in mind that Canelo's thinking, oh my gosh, wait, I couldn't stop him. So what is it going to do to Canelo's mind, Canelo's heart?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to come out guns blazing, Canelo, but keep this in mind that there's a changing of the guard in every fighter, in every decade, whatever you want to call it. There's always a changing of the guard, and I think that this is a perfect scenario for Jaime Munguia to take over and be the face of boxing.
Oscar, you're talking about the change of the guard. Eventually, the next champion has to get there. You brought up Canelo when he came from Mexico. You built him up here in Southern California. You have Munguia. You build him up to a champion. This has got to be cool for you as a promoter to see two guys that you've built up get in the ring.
Yeah, it is cool, and he's ungrateful son of a gun. But it's I built him for 11 years, and then he finds an excuse to call me out on some crap, whatever. If it's my personal life or outside the ring, whatever. When I'm down, he puts his foot on my neck, and I don't appreciate that, but he is doing what he's doing. Obviously, I'm not rooting for him. I'm rooting for my guy, 1,000%. I think Jaime Munguia is going to do something special in the ring. He has the youth. He has the punch output. He has power. He has a chin. I see all the cards stacked against Canelo.
For sure. One thing is with Freddie Roach, he's a great trainer when it comes to game plan.
Yeah.
And Freddie Roach having experience against Canelo with Cotto, how much does that add to Munguia right now?
Well, look, keep in mind that Canelo has all the tools, right? He has all the tools, but those tools are getting rusty. It happens in boxing. You know, as much as you want to put, you know, WD-40 on your elbow, on your knee, you know, it just happens. Age is it doesn't forgive. Father time. So, you know, right now Munguia's in the perfect position where he has to execute and follow his game plan. And Freddie Roach is a perfect trainer for Jaime. He motivates him. They've already had a fight together, and so it's like he's gonna push him to the limits. And Jaime loves that. He's young, he's fresh. Then you have Canelo, who's been through wars. He's got operations on his knees, on his shoulders. He's tired. You know, he's now, you know, the diva of boxing. You know, so it's like all that plays into this fight we're going to see on May 4th. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. And this is what we've been asking for all along. 2 Mexican nationals at this level. It's going to be a war.
Oscar, you know all about this because when you were the younger fighter, you would fight the older champions. You were the one coming up, and people were like, hey, this guy's good. But you knew that when you have the older fighter, you got to take advantage of youth. How does Munguia do that against Canelo?
Right from the start. You know, Canelo is a slow starter, and we know that. And I've always said Canelo is now walking on quicksand. His legs are getting heavy. He's getting tired. He's mentally, physically, oh my gosh, I got to do this again? Wait a minute, I'm getting paid. Okay, let me do it. You know, it's not all about the love anymore. Munguia loves this. Munguia loves this position. So that's going to be a huge factor coming into the fight.
Sure. You know, one thing I remember when I fought Munguia was just the way he pressed. You know, and his that youth just constantly coming forward. Do you feel that that's the approach he needs to take with Canelo? Is, look, this is the older fighter. You need to press.
Right.
You know?
I strongly feel that Jaime Munguia is going to come out right from the start. And get him tired. See, Munguia throws a lot of punches, a lot of hard punches. He doesn't give up.
It's hard combinations.
I'm sure when you were fighting you were like, man, is he going to slow down? What round? But that's who Munguia is, and that's why we love these types of fights. It's a classic, you know, De La Hoya Chavez, for instance. You know, Chavez was what, 35? Canelo's 35.
He was 33.
Yeah, he was 33, even
33.
younger.
Same age.
He was same age as Canelo.
Almost same age. So it's like, it's. I think all the stars are gonna be aligned come Cinco de Mayo weekend for Jaime Munguia.
You're coming off of a big weekend in New York. Ryan Garcia, the underdog, as he would say, shocked the world. Got the big victory. Great for Golden Boy this weekend. Coming up for Jaime Munguia. It could be the same thing, Oscar. It's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah, no, it's huge. And obviously, look, this Saturday night we have Virgil Ortiz, you know, back.
Jose Ramirez.
Right away, Jose Ramirez. We have Oscar Duarte fighting Jojo Diaz. That's going to be a barn burner
right there.
So this Saturday will be great, live on the zone, and then we go into the Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun.
It would be no surprise to you if Munguia wins.
It wouldn't be a surprise to me because just like Gabe, I know boxing. And I know styles, and I know when you're tired. I know when your body can't really keep up with your mind. It happens in boxing. And yeah, Canelo's, I don't know how old he is, 33, 34, whatever, but he's an old 33, old 34. That's 20 years. Keep that in mind. His physical body is not keeping up with him anymore. His power punches, that's why you see him throw one punch at a time. That overhand right hand, catch and shoot. If Munguia has the right style, because we know he's not going to get tired. We know that he's going to be in great and tip-top shape. If he can throw punches after punches every single round, you watch. Munguia might even stop him.
Yeah.
Really?
Munguia might even stop him.
Come on.
Exhaustion. Exhaustion, you know, just that pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
Wow.
It's a lot of pressure.
Oscar, there's something you said about this where when you're the big-time fighter, when you're the one calling everybody out, you've been there, you've done that, you're making all the money, and you're like, I got to fight again. Where Munguia's like, I want to fight. I get to fight right here. Canelo is worried about what you're saying. He's probably watching this right now. Oh, Oscar, you said this, you said that. Where Munguia, we don't even know where he's at. He's just training. He's locked up.
Well, Canelo's worried about, oh, make sure Oscar's not there at the press conference. Oh, make sure Oscar's not there to be seen. You know, I don't want him involved. I don't want this. I don't want that. Well, guess what? Worry about the fight.
Yeah.
Worry about the fight. It's like Devin Haney worrying about Ryan Garcia not getting in the ring on Saturday night. Guess what? He was trolling everybody, and guess what happened? Ryan Garcia pulled off an amazing victory.
Oscar, a couple words en español para la gente que nos está mirando de México. Jaime Munguía, qué buen peleador.
Excelente peleador y estamos orgullosos y para mí Jaime Munguía es el próximo campeón mundial, mexicano, está joven, tiene experiencia, es la pelea de su vida y va a estar motivado, va a estar en óptimas condiciones, así que estamos emocionados por Jaime Munguía. El 5 de mayo, ese fin de semana, quizás va a ser el cambio, ¿no? El cambio del poder, el cambio de la guardia, ¿no? Del campeón.
Y está diciendo que Canelo no está enfocado en Jaime.
No, el Canelo está enfocado en mí. El Canelo está enfocado de que no quiero que Oscar esté en la conferencia de prensa y esto. No quiero a Oscar y no tengo ningún respeto para Oscar. Ok, está bien. Preocúpate de mí para que Jaime Munguía te dé una pela.
That'll be Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. You can also check it out on DAZN, pay-per-view. It's going to be crazy. Cinco de Mayo weekend in Vegas, it's just an awesome experience. It's so much fun.
Yeah, if you've never been to Vegas on Cinco de Mayo weekend for a big fight, even if you don't get into the arena and you're surrounded, in the surroundings there, the hotels, watch it on the big screen, on closed circuit with other people. There's nothing like it.
You're going to have Guadalajara against Tijuana. East LA's finest will be there. Puerto Rico's finest will be there. Golden Boys, Zanfer, they're doing it all, getting ready for Jaime Munguia. We're moments away from him arriving. Oscar, thank you as always.
Thanks,
appreciate you. Let's see what the Golden Boy cameras have been up to recently as they caught up with the fighters.
Pues la verdad es una gran satisfacción el haber salido de aquí. La verdad yo estoy orgulloso de haber salido de aquí. Gracias a esto pues soy lo que soy. Entonces pues nada más que agradecer y bendecir este lugar.
Su boxeo le permite gustarle a la gente, ¿no? Adicionalmente, pues estamos dándole herramientas para que haga mejor su trabajo y para que él pueda lograr lo que él realmente quiera y se enfoque y lo haga de corazón.
Pues es un gran orgullo el representar a Tijuana, poner el nombre de Tijuana en alto. Obviamente pues sabemos que ha habido bastantes campeones aquí en Tijuana, pero pues es un orgullo formar parte de ellos.
I guess growing up in a very tough neighborhood, I'm sure Tijuana has its pockets of tough neighborhoods where he grew up from. Built his character to what it is today. He's a fighter. He steps into that ring, the bell rings, and he wants to fight. He wants to brawl.
En Tijuana salen duro ya los peleadores desde que llegan. Hacen más veces hasta sin que sepan boxear, ya se suben y ya saben tirar golpes. Eso es lo que me gusta de los peleadores, pues que de aquí de Tijuana, que son de Tijuana, son peleoneros, pues ya. Ajá, van a dar todo por el todo.
Siempre me ha gustado el boxeo, siempre lo practicaba. Pues recuerdo aquí, me iba al gimnasio con mi papá. Mi papá ya cuando yo tenía como 12 años, puso un gimnasio aquí como a que estará como a 2 kilómetros de aquí. Todos los días me recuerdo que salía de la colonia y me iba caminando, me iba en la bicicleta, me iba a entrenar y luego ya regresaba. Y pues así me la llevaba, aquí me la llevaba caminando por todo el barrio.
No pensé si iba a ser boxeador, yo nomás me lo llevaba a entrenar, pues, enseñarle buenos caminos, no andar en la calle, ¿verdad? Y sí, gracias a Dios salió boxeador y salió bueno, ¿verdad?
Tijuana representa calidad garantizada de un buen espectáculo. Cuando la gente escucha la palabra de Tijuana, sabe que va a ser un buen combate. Y cuando la gente escucha de la zona norte de Tijuana, sabe que es garantizado.
You know, growing up in the streets, it's a whole different mentality. You're always in survival mode, and you know, when you take that inside the ring, when you train your body, your mind, your soul to fight, you always remember where you came from. You always remember that you grew up in the streets.
Ahí es de mi papá, ahí en esa casa de madera. Y arriba mi papá pues tenía su tele y todo. Siempre cuando quería ver peleas de box, me iba con mi papá cada fin de semana las está viendo.
México, como en muchas partes del país, tiene problemas económicos y los quienes nos dedicamos al boxeo buscamos un lugar y el boxeo es un vehículo, un trampolín para poder lograr salir de la necesidad, de la pobreza. Así que hoy en día somos una potencia nacional y mundial.
Pues un peleador de Tijuana para mí representa ahora sí que tener huevos, ir para adelante, pues tirar golpes. Obviamente también no es nada más irse a lo loco, pero en mi caso me gusta pues ir al frente y pelear, ¿no?
It's basically like an automatic mode. It's a switch. You know, you think about those streets, you think about Tijuana, you think about where I grew up, and so it's built inside of you.
Una vez, aquí abajo, estábamos, este güey y yo, el Tavo, graban al Tavo. Este güey es mi compa desde morro. Y una vez andaba, me acuerdo que mi papá me regaló una bicicleta moradita así chiquita y andamos en los Diablitos. Y la pinche cicatriz esta que tengo aquí en la frente, andábamos rampeando en unos troques de tierra que echaron. Y en una de esas, este iba conmigo atrás en los Diablitos. Y en una de esas yo me fui para el cerro y este güey se aventó, me dejó solo. Me fui y me enterré una lámina aquí pues aquí en la cabeza. Y ya, yo nomás me acuerdo que me sacaron cargando del cerro. Y nomás me acuerdo así como de imágenes que miraba como una sábana así blanca llena de sangre. Y ya de ahí no me acuerdo de nada. Y dice mi madrina que dice, a este cabrón con eso se le va a quitar la maña de andar en la bicicleta. Y mi mamá tiene fotos del siguiente día que andaba todo vendado, en chinga en toda la bicicleta.
Whether Munguia's hurt or whether he hurt his opponent, he has that switch that he has to, it's like, I have to fight. This is what I do, this is what I know. This is where I grew up, in the streets, in the barrio.
¿Qué recuerdas de ese Jaime chiquito? ¿Qué le dice el campeón mundial hoy a ese Jaime niño? ¿Qué le dices a ese Jaime?
Pues yo le diría que le eche ganas, que no se vaya por el mal camino, que siga trabajando, que puede cumplir sus sueños siempre y cuando siga trabajando y esforzándose pues al 100%.
¿Y crees que este niño estaría orgulloso ahora de este Jaime?
Pues yo creo que sí, la verdad que sí.
Oh, go ahead. Keep on going. Shadowbox. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Shadowbox, Gabe. Go ahead. Once a fighter, always a fighter. So that's the thing about Gabe Rosado. He's in the zone right now. So you still retired?
Hey, man.
When we started this broadcast half hour ago, like, hey, you retired? Yeah. Now it's like no, silence. Okay, silence speaks volumes, as they would say. Beto Duran alongside Gabe Rosado, moments away from Jaime Munguia, showing up to Wildcard Boxing here in Hollywood, California. Cinco de Mayo weekend, Canelo Álvarez, who only lost to Floyd Mayweather and Bivol, takes on the undefeated Jaime Munguia from Tijuana, Mexico. It's going to be Canelo Promotions with TGB Promotions in association with Golden Boy Promotions and Zanfer Boxing Promotions. It's going to be available on pay-per-view on Prime Video from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. All right, Gabe, you've been in the ring with Munguia in 2021 at Honda Center in Anaheim. Look, you've been in there with some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Does Munguia hit hard?
You know, with Munguia, for me, it was more the volume. Okay. It was just the volume. And, you know, he throws a 4 or 5 punch combination, but there's steam in every punch. And one thing is when a guy's throwing hard every punch, they're usually telegraphing, but he has a way where he knows how to switch the speeds. Okay. Even the slow shots are pretty hard. So, you know, that's one thing that was impressive about Munguia.
All right, now, on the flip side, Canelo, what does he do the most that impresses you?
You know, one thing, he's a great counterpuncher, and he's a good body puncher as well. So I think one thing for him is, you know, you want to slow the younger fighter down. So I would see him working the body more. But we have to see more of the old Canelo, head movement, not just that high guard. Because one thing is, if he has the high guard, Munguia's going to take that. Munguia's going to hit him in the arms. He's going to hit him in the elbows. He's not going to. Him having a high guard is not going to stop Munguia from throwing punches. So you don't want to get hit with them shots because those shots do slow you down. You want to move your head and go back to that.
And Munguia arriving to Hollywood, California. He'll be doing a media workout in moments. We'll be interviewing him first. Dude, he's grown into his body, that man strength. He's a father now. The dad strength that they say they get, right? But the thing about him, it took a while for him to develop as a fighter because he only had a very limited amateur background. Sure. He turned pro, got here, but the last couple years, and I'll say, Gabe, I was there for your fight. He looked one way. Then he fought Derevchenko, looked completely different, and it becomes with the experience factor. Absolutely. I know the trainers don't get in the ring, but Eddie Reynoso does an amazing job with Canelo Álvarez. Freddie Roach is going to have the mind of helping you and knowing that if you're Munguia, you got everything on your side right there. It's going to help you out.
For sure. And, you know, with Munguia, him stepping up and getting better now, it's because, you know, guys that are moved fast usually have a big amateur background. And, you know, by 21, 22, they're on another level. But Munguia, you know, you had to take your time and do the matchmaking properly for him to be the fighter that he is now.
And that'll be live on pay-per-view Cinco de Mayo weekend as Jaime Munguia is going to join us right now. We're going to be able to see him. Former champion at 154 pounds. Let me slide on over as Jaime Munguia joins us right now. Mi amigo, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo está?
Aquí en el medio, aquí ves. Okay. And Sofia will be translating for him. Actually, you know, put Munguia. Vete allá en esa esquina, Jaime. Okay. Now we can hear. So Sofia, you'll be translating. Ella te va a traducir because I can't hear that far. All right, so now the man of the hour is here in Hollywood, California. Jaime Munguia. How has camp been for you?
Muy bien, la verdad que muy bien. Creo que sin duda el mejor campamento de mi vida. Pues estamos trabajando fuerte y disfrutando este campamento.
You know, camp is going very good, no doubt. It's hands down been my best camp, and that's all I can say.
El cambiando, entrenando ahora teniendo Freddy, ¿qué eso te hace para your confidence?
No, pues la verdad que me motiva mucho que esté Freddie Roach, un entrenador histórico, y la verdad que me ha ayudado mucho, pero la verdad sobre todo me motiva bastante que esté con nosotros y pues sin duda va a aportar mucho para esta pelea.
You know, working with legendary Freddie Roach has really motivated me. He's been in the game for a long time. He's helped me get my confidence, and he's been helping me this camp.
When Canelo agreed to fight you, what did you think?
Bueno, pues la verdad que me puse muy feliz. Yo creo que pues es una gran oportunidad y la verdad que estamos listos para hacer frente a esta gran pelea.
You know, when I first got the fight, I was really happy. I knew this was a great opportunity and just know that I'm ready.
Esta pelea, ¿verdad? Un mexicano contra un mexicano, ¿verdad? Dos guerreros. ¿Qué eso significa para ti pelear el mexicano ahora que es campeón del mundo y la cara del boxeo?
No, la verdad pues es algo pues grande para el boxeo, grande para México. La verdad que me siento muy contento y me siento orgulloso pues de estar pues representando México pues en un 4 de mayo en Las Vegas. La verdad que estoy muy feliz por eso.
You know, not only is this big for Mexico, big for boxing, but I'm really happy to be able to represent my country and just know it's going to be fireworks on May 4th.
2021, you fought this man, Gabe Rosado. How much better are you now?
No, pues la verdad que yo creo que nos dio mucho para ganar experiencia. Creo que Gabe es un gran peleador, me sirvió mucho, crecí mucho con esa pelea, entonces la verdad yo creo que fue clave pues en mi carrera.
You know, truthfully, it was a great fight. It really helped me with my experience. I've grown as a fighter since then, and I think it was one of the keys to help me be the boxer that I am now.
See, I remember, you in that fight, one thing that impressed me was your ability to recover. Because, we were fighting and we were hitting each other with good shots, and, what's in you that, a shot lands and then you come back and you're throwing 5-6 punch combinations.
De hecho, sí, Pedro me dijo, dice, Gabe me dijo que a veces te pegaba y que te quedabas así como que no le hice nada, o regresa y me tira 6 combinaciones de 6 golpes, no se cansa, ¿qué está pasando? Sí. No, pero pues la verdad yo creo que en ese campamento recuerdo que estuve como 12 semanas en campamento y yo creo que me ayudó mucho la altura, estar en el centro ceremonial otomí. Creo que pues eso sin duda te ayuda bastante porque estás a un nivel de altitud y ya cuando bajas a nivel del mar, pues eso te ayuda bastante con la condición sí. Y a recuperar y todo eso.
Sí. Yo debía de ir para allá.
With Big Bear, yeah.
Yeah, you know, Pedro told me that whenever I'd hit you, you'd always come back and you're like, man, how does he do it? But to be honest, that 12-week camp really helped me. Being up in the altitude helped me. So once I came down, it was a lot easy to adjust to what it is.
Yeah, for that fight, he was training in Big Bear. This time he's in Hollywood, California. Wildcard Boxing is where we're at right now. But the Duran, Gabe Rosado, Jaime Munguia, and Sofia Gutierrez, our translator. Moments away from Jaime putting on a full workout here, training with Freddie Roach. Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend, you'll be able to see live on pay-per-view as Munguia puts his perfect record on the line against the future Hall of Famer, the idol from Guadalajara, Canelo Álvarez. It's going to be Guadalajara against Tijuana. 2 Mexicans going at it. You just want to get in there and put on a show. How excited are you for that opportunity?
No, pues la verdad, como te digo, estoy feliz por esta oportunidad. La verdad que me siento muy emocionado, me siento feliz de estar en un 4 de mayo representando a México en Las Vegas, una fecha totalmente mexicana, entonces 2 peleadores mexicanos. La verdad estoy feliz y estoy muy emocionado por eso.
You know, like I said, I'm very happy for this opportunity. I'm very excited, and what better way than represent Mexico this 4th of July in Vegas?
Normally, the Mexican fans are all on your side when we go to a fight. This time, it's going to be Guadalajara, Tijuana. So who are the fans going to be going for?
Van a estar conmigo.
They're going to be with you. You're confident about that. When you do come out here and train, you leave your family in Tijuana, you come here, you work out. How much has Freddie Roach helped you mentally?
Bueno, pues yo creo que nos ha ayudado mucho. Yo creo que Freddy es un entrenador, la verdad que muy bueno. La verdad que me da mucha tranquilidad en la esquina. Es una persona muy sabia y la verdad que pues sin duda con mucha experiencia y como te digo, yo creo que va a ser una clave para ganar esta pelea.
Yeah.
You know, training with Freddie has been really good. He's brought me this tranquility, this calmness in my corner. You know, he's a wise guy with a lot of experience, so he's really been helping me out.
Yeah, when I found out you was working with Freddie, I thought it was a good idea because he's an offensive coach and you're an offensive fighter. So I thought the combination, it was really good. So the chemistry, did it kick right away, being that he is an offensive coach?
Sí, yo creo que eso que dices que Freddy es un entrenador con mucha ofensiva, eso me ha ayudado mucho porque, como lo dices, yo soy un peleador ofensivo que pues a veces con otros entrenadores a lo mejor he aprendido otras cosas y a lo mejor a veces caminaba para atrás o hacía otras cosas, pero ahorita con Freddy siento que estoy 100% enfocado pues en la ofensiva, en ir para enfrente y eso me ha ayudado mucho a mejorar mi defensa, entonces pues sí, yo creo que sin duda yo creo que la ofensiva también en esta pelea va a ser punto clave.
Sí.
You know, with Freddie being an offensive trainer and I'm an offensive fighter, it's really helped me. So just know I'm feeling 100% offensively and defensively, and we're ready to show that.
Did Canelo make a mistake?
¿Qué dice Canelo?
Canelo sí se equivocó en escogerte.
Bueno, pues no lo sé, yo pienso que pues ya en este nivel cualquier pelea es dura, cualquier peleador viene con las ganas de ganarte, entonces yo creo que va a ser una buena pelea.
You know, any fight at this level is going to be a hard fight, but I think it's going to be a great one.
You know, a lot of people were saying that Canelo should have fought somebody else in the division, not you, that you didn't earn this. What do you think about that?
Canelo dice que otros dicen que Canelo debería de haber peleado con otra persona. ¿Cómo te sientes que te escogió a ti?
No, pues yo la verdad que yo voy a hacer mi trabajo, la verdad no me interesa si pues lo que digan que si debió haber agarrado otro rival o no, pues a final de cuentas aquí estoy yo soy el que va a pelear, entonces voy a dar una buena pelea y voy a ganar.
You know, I'm going to do my job. I don't care if they recommended anybody else or if they think that he should have gone in the ring with anybody else. I'm ready, and at the end of the day, it's a good opportunity for me.
As a fighter, right, we dream about big fights. Did you ever think that a fight with Canelo would happen? Being, you know, that he moved up in weight, you were fighting at 54, then you fought at 60. Did you ever think that you guys would eventually meet? Yeah. Or is this a fight that was a surprise?
Bueno, yo creo que pues siempre estuvimos como más o menos en las mismas divisiones. Yo sabía que estaba creciendo, sabía que pues eventualmente iba a subir de peso y algún día íbamos a estar en la misma división. Y pues como yo siempre lo dije, si estamos en la misma división y somos de los mejores en la división, pues es algo pues que se tiene que hacer a fuerza, ¿no? Es una pelea que se tiene que dar.
You know, I've kept an eye on where he is. I knew he was going to get bigger, but like I said, I feel like when you're the best, you have to fight the best in that division. And right now, that's where we are, the top of the division.
You're not a fighter who's going to have crazy antics. You're not going to be talking trash to people. You're not going to make a show, right? You're not going to make a spectacle or anything. You have a lot of respect for Canelo, but in the ring, you can't have that, can you?
Mm-hmm. Sí, así es, pues como lo he dicho, la verdad que pues yo le tengo mucho respeto a Canelo, así como a ti, como persona, como peleador, pero pues arriba del ring, si tú te subes conmigo, pues te voy a madrear, ¿no? Entonces, pues es totalmente diferente, como te digo, yo le tengo respeto a todos, pero y arriba del ring es otra cosa.
Like I said, I respect him as a fighter, I respect him as a person, but once you step in that ring with me, I'm going to do what I do best and I'm going to do my job.
Canelo, Oscar was saying that maybe he's focused about the promotion, how he doesn't want Oscar there, or he's worried about this, worried about that. Do you pay attention to anything that Canelo's doing?
Okay.
Oscar dice que Canelo se está enfocando mucho en la promoción y lo que no y sí debe estar haciendo Oscar. ¿Tú piensas que se debe enfocar en eso o en la pelea?
Bueno, pues la verdad yo creo que la verdad no he visto lo que hace o no, pero la verdad yo he estado enfocado pues solamente en mí, en el trabajo que yo estoy haciendo y pues enfocado en esta pelea.
You know, I haven't seen what he's been saying. I just know that I'm focused on myself, my camp, and what I'm going to do for this fight.
Can you win a decision or do you need to stop him?
Okay. Bueno, pues no sé, vamos a ver qué pasa. Yo creo que los dos pegamos, los dos aguantamos y va a ser una buena pelea. Puede terminar por cualquier lado.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens. He's a great fighter. I'm a great fighter, so we'll see what happens.
So you've been learning English, huh? You understand some of the questions?
Poquito. He aprendido poquito.
You know, I've been learning a little bit. There I'm going.
How are you learning? ¿Cómo estás aprendiendo?
Bueno, pues he estado tomando clases, ahorita ya no, pero pues viendo la tele en inglés y así.
You know, I've been taking classes, watching TV, kind of just keeping up with that.
What are you watching? What shows?
No, pues nada más así como todas las cosas que veo, pues las veo en inglés o mi teléfono en inglés, todo.
Everything that I'm watching, I just try to put it in English on my phone, TV, wherever it is.
All right, because next time the interview's in English.
Sí.
Oh, yeah? All right, your next fight, interview in English.
Tal vez sí, tal vez.
All right, there's your camera. Manda los saludos a toda la gente de la Liber.
Saludos a la Liber, saludos a Tijuana y a todo México.
All right, Jaime Munguía, good luck to you. We will
Gracias.
see you. All right, in English.
No.
Almost. Next fight.
Sí,
all right, we'll
fight.
see him live on pay-per-view next Saturday. Jaime Munguia, thanks. Great job, Sophia. Jaime's going to go do his media workout with everybody right now. Good job, my friend. Real good job. Nice. Good job. You'll see him on pay-per-view May 4th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, Zanfer Promotions, all putting it for you, the fans. That'll be on pay-per-view on Prime Video. You'll also be able to watch it on DAZN. Everybody wants to work together because they want to see that big fight. Coming up, let's go check out some more behind the scenes that our Golden Boy cameras caught up.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Los saludos, amigo Jaime Munguía, y este es el breakdown. Bueno, en ese momento la verdad iba pues muy contento, ¿no? Contento de estar ahí, contento por la oportunidad que habíamos estado buscando. Un poco nervioso. Recuerdo que no veía nadie apoyándome, más que pues, los que iban conmigo, los de mi familia. Y bueno, pues pasamos todo eso y creo que pues, fueron minutos de momentos de nerviosismo, pero estábamos listos para ganar la pelea. Yo la verdad, yo creí que pues iba a salir a moverse, iba a salir a correr y pues estaba midiendo mi distancia con mis piernas, viendo qué iba a hacer, midiendo su velocidad. Nunca lo dejé entrar a mi distancia y lo agarré con un golpe abajo. ¡Pum! Ahí buen jab, upper y gancho en la quijada. Y ahí sabía yo que tenía que mantener la calma. Sabía que pues la pelea estaba de mi lado. Lo había sentido su pegada, no sentí que pegara mucho, sabía que podía noquearlo. Entonces solo era cuestión de tiempo, no tenía que desesperarme y pues ir trabajando poco a poco. El primer round creo que lo tumbé 3 veces. Entonces solo era cuestión de tiempo. Ahí estaba yo pues tratando de igual mantener la calma, no irme con todo sobre él, porque pues podía contestarme con un golpe y ponerme mal a mí. Cometía bastantes errores, pero aún así sacamos bien la pelea. Bien, bien. Cerramos bien ese round. Yo creí que ya no iba a salir para el segundo. Bueno, pues ahí seguimos trabajando, es el tercer round, seguíamos trabajando, sabía que era cuestión de tiempo, lo veía muy lastimado, pues lo estaba rafagueando con golpes al cuerpo, lo estaba golpeando pues bastante. Ahora sí, en ese momento yo sabía que solo era cuestión de tiempo para que pararan la pelea. Y en ese momento llega la finta de jab y se la cambié a gancho y pues ya fue que dieron por finalizada la pelea y la verdad pues muy emocionado, pues todo mi equipo, yo un gran logro y pues sin duda el comienzo de algo muy grande, ¿no? Muy feliz, todavía estaba así como que no me la creía todavía. La verdad, muy contento. Bueno, yo en lo personal yo creo que pues he crecido bastante, ¿no? Todas las experiencias que han pasado de pelea tras pelea, campamento tras campamento, pues tanto mi equipo como yo vamos aprendiendo y vamos mejorando muchas cosas, ¿no? Y cada vez nos esforzamos y tratamos de ir trabajando pues más fuerte y puliendo cosas y ponernos fuertes todos, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que hemos aprendido bastante y creo que pues ahorita ya estamos en la elite y estamos listos para el que sea.
Jaime Munguia in his media workout here at the Wild Card in Hollywood, California. Munguia taking on Canelo Álvarez. Beth Duran alongside Gabriel Rosado. We just spoke with Munguia right now. As Munguia is in there just going to shake out. So he's going to do, here. There it is, back here at the screen. So Munguia, Gabe, I forget how tall he is.
Yeah.
And Canelo is shorter than both of us, so he's about right here. So that's going to be a big advantage for him.
Yeah, you know, he has the range, volume, and punches. You know, he has a recipe to beat Canelo.
Yeah, so that'll be the ability to see them on Saturday live on pay-per-view as Jaime Munguia You see him shaking out behind us. He's not going to do a full workout as he's going to do that workout, he said, with Freddie later on. So he's enjoying this because there's a lot of media that came out from Tijuana for this one.
Yeah, you got the band playing. Right now, this is just, you know, give the media something to look at, take photos, but he looks in great shape.
Yeah. He said he's a little bit, about 9 pounds away, he said. And for Munguia, over the years, it was always the wondering of what he was going to do about the making the weight. It's because he's moved up, because his body is big.
Yeah.
Santo Mayor is the band that's playing for Munguia. They show up here for him, taking advantage. So when you started boxing way back in the day, I'm going to make you feel like, oh man, because I don't want you to go boxing. I want my broadcast partner to be with me. Media days didn't quite exist.
Yeah.
Now it's a full-on spectacle and a show, man. This is a vibe in here.
Well, you know, this is a big fight, man. Yeah. This is a big fight. Cinco de Mayo, 2 great Mexican fighters. And, you know, it doesn't get any bigger than a Canelo fight. And you need a dance partner, and he has one of the best guys to share the stage with.
Yeah, as we're here ringside. So you see the sign that says Wild Card Boxing. You know, Freddie must be like, all right, I know, because he dealt with Pacquiao, so he knows what it's like.
Yeah.
But as soon as Freddie can say, get out of my gym, it's time to work.
Yeah, man. But, you know, Freddie's old school, but he knows how to turn it on and off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Freddie's been doing this for forever, man. So this is, you know, this is right up his alley.
But then as soon as we leave, cameras are off, it is hardcore work.
Time.
Because I've been here a couple of times, and when you get here, first thing they tell you is no phones.
For sure, yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you can see, but you ain't going to record nothing.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, man, just interviewing Munguia now, you know, I like his demeanor. Just calm. You know, he's not cocky. You know, he seems like a fighter that's young but focused.
You know what I like about him? I've known him since he won that championship, I think 2018 maybe, whatever it was, at Turning Stone. He's always had the same attitude. Very super respectful young man. A kid who shows up, professional, gets whatever you need. Because anytime we've ever asked him for an interview or fighter meetings or this, sign this, do that, he's always yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked him the question about, like, you know, he's been talking in all these interviews that DAZN did, like he respects Munguia, he respects Canelo this. That's why I was wondering, like, are you putting him on a pedestal? Because you can be in danger of that too, right?
Yeah, but you know, I just think that I like what I see, being that he's just calm and poised, because, you know, usually a young fighter that has this stage, sometimes they're too cocky, you know, they're feeling themselves a little too much, and it's easy to get distracted. You know, he's in the moment, and I think they moved him right in order for him to be prepared for this big fight.
And the thing, you see the gun show that he's got there right now. He'll come in at 168, so when he rehydrates, he'll be looking pretty good. But he's not going to have the big cameras of Las Vegas, the big fight. It's not going to scare him because he's had the big fights. He's been on the big cards. Heck, he's been on the Canelo undercard. So he knows what it's like and what's expected for him, especially during the week, because some guys don't learn that when you're on a big mega fight, you got to get there Monday. You have the grand arrivals, the press conference. It's a lot to ask for, especially as you're cutting weight. So he's been there, done that. It's nothing new for him. That helps.
For sure. And it's going to be a Mexican crowd. You know what I mean? So it's like even, you know, it's just one of those things where, yeah, you got people that are the Mexicans that are going for Canelo and the Mexicans that are going for Munguia, but at the end of the day, they're both Mexicans, and they're going to be cheering on, just seeing a great fight. I think no one's going to be disappointed. I think you're just going to see a great fight with two Mexican warriors.
As my buddy, the Ace of SoCal, will say, nobody hates on a Mexican like a Mexican. Yeah. So you're going to have the Canelo haters out there who they might not be Munguia fans, but are going to go against Canelo because they don't like him. And Canelo knows that. Yeah. That's why Canelo knows how to troll people. Yeah. This is going to be a fun build-up, and you're going to be there in Las Vegas.
Oh, no, for sure, man. It's going to be great. But, you know, I just think that it's just one of those things where, you know, we've been saying that Canelo is, you know, he might be getting old or whatever, but I really think that the atmosphere of this event is gonna put another battery in Canelo's back, where we might see the old Canelo, man, and the old Canelo is action packed, and with a Munguia, man, together, that's just crazy.
So much respect for Canelo for everything that he's accomplished in his career. Canelo also knows how to do things. That's why he goes to his camp with Eddie Reynoso away from his family in Guadalajara. He locks himself up. Look, as much as Canelo, when he arrives on the private plane with the silk pajamas he's only going to wear once, and he has all that good stuff, he knows what it's like to lock in and focus. And Canelo is a surgeon when he's locked in, and Munguia is going to learn that.
Oh, for sure. And there's one thing about great athletes. They always find a reason to perform above and beyond.
Yeah.
And for Canelo, he may not have nothing against Munguia, but he doesn't like Oscar.
Oh, he told us over and over and over.
And this is Oscar's gallo.
Yep.
You know, so what's motivating Canelo is I'm going to shut you up as an Oscar, and I'm going to beat your guy.
We know that line. You cool.
Yeah.
But what I do also like is that Canelo has shown the respect to Munguia and his father and also Fernando Beltran, because they said, they've approached this as professionals, as gentlemen, as businessmen, and that's why the negotiations were pretty simple. Like, okay, you want this? Cool. We know that you're Canelo. You're the golden one. You move everything. Of course, we're going to go in after it. Where some other fighters that are están ladrando, they're barking, and it's like, come on, man.
And, Munguia, he's doing the right thing. Canelo, he's been in the game for almost 20 years now. Yeah. He's the face of boxing. He's calling the shots right now. Yeah. And the only way that you can do what Canelo's doing is you have to beat him. You have to become the guy. And Munguia knows his position. And I think that right there just shows the kind of fighter that he is. And he's just focused and happy for the opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for Munguia, no doubt. He is the underdog. Yeah. He's not been a champion at that division, so he knows what he's going up against. Munguia has a chance, but he is the underdog at the end of the day. Gabe, I hate to bring this up all the time, but you know what it's like to be an underdog.
No, for sure. Definitely, man. But, he's the underdog, man, but, he has youth on his side. He has a Hall of Fame coach on his side that's already faced Canelo with Miguel Cotto. So there's a lot of good things going Munguia's way for this fight.
And it's the fight of his life, a huge opportunity for him as he will fight against Canelo Álvarez. Canelo 60-2. Canelo only lost to Floyd Mayweather in 2013 and Trilogy back in 2017, 2018. His other loss was to Dimitri Bivol recently in a division he had no business being in. As for Munguia, the man from Tijuana, who's 43-0, 34 knockouts, former champion at 154 pounds, who has been coming up strong the last couple of years, and that's what you want to have. Everybody wants to get interviewed during Canelo Munguia. I think I found me a new agent right now. But the thing is, I liked his attitude, his demeanor, his presence, right? He didn't feel like, oh, okay. Mind you, it's going to be different when you're in Vegas, but he's always been like that. And
for sure.
Like I said, you know what it's like when you're in a fight week with Munguia. It's like, he's not going to give you any trash talking.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to do anything to be like, oh, I'll do this and that. He's a pro.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to, because his fight game speaks for itself. You never see a boring Munguia fight. It's always action-packed. Whether he's in trouble in the fight with Dumachenko and then he comes back and gets the knockout, you're always going to be
good thing it was 12 rounds because he was losing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're always going to be entertained seeing Jaime Munguia.
And then that John Ryder knockout that he had in Phoenix the beginning of the year that propelled him to this fight against Jaime Munguia. There you see our man Larry MZ getting the camera, the footage. Larry with the cap right there in the black. So if you see any of the Golden Boy videos, that's captured by that man right there. Larry does a fantastic job. Also, Luis Gonzalez, our producer, director extraordinaire. Fantastic work. It's only a couple people working on the Golden Boy production side, but they're making it happen, making it work. Coming off a huge victory for Ryan Garcia. This weekend, Golden Boy will be in Fresno, California. That's how the boxing world works. You do one thing, you keep on moving. So you keep on moving. You might be in the Big Apple one weekend, next thing you go in Fresno, and that's going to be a big opportunity for Jose Ramirez making his Golden Boy debut. Virgil Ortiz back in the mix. Jojo Diaz is going to be the B-side against Oscar Duarte. Raul Curiel, who changed here at Wild Card, will be opening up the DAZN broadcast. And Thursday, we'll be there in Fresno for the press conference. Friday, the weigh-in. A lot of good stuff. And Saturday will be the fight from Fresno, California. Golden Boy at the Wild Card Boxing Gym. Marvin Somodio always shows up. Always, I don't know what Marvin does around here, but he's doing things. Freddie Roach has a great crew that works here at Wildcard Boxing here in Hollywood, California. Back here, Beth the Durant, Gabe Rosado. See, Gabe's in the zone today because you see Gabe has the shades, right? And then a couple times, taking them off. Then you put them back on. You take them off, put them back on. Like, you're feeling it. So are you retired?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
But you'll be broadcasting soon. Sure. What's your schedule coming up soon?
Well, I'm doing the undercard with the Munguia Canelo.
Okay, so you'll be there.
And then we're doing a show in the Zone in Mexico, May 11th.
Oh, you're going to Aguascalientes?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
That's Fierro. Fierro's fighting on that card, man. So, staying busy.
There it is. So
Hall of Fame weekend, too.
Hall of Fame weekend, you'll be up there.
Hall of Fame weekend, I'll be out there.
Oh, with our boy Oscar Callazo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Hopefully we don't get run over this time after this interview. But you'll be able to see pay-per-view May 4th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Canelo was the main event when that building opened up in 2017. That's when he knocked out Amir Khan. And in 2024, 7 years later, he'll be taking on Jaime Munguia in an all-Mexico battle. Have I been there? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was there when Canelo fought Chavez. I
was at the Khan fight.
Yeah, the Khan fight was good. But Canelo Chavez was awesome, but that wasn't a fight where many people were giving Chavez an opportunity. I mean, that was a whole other promotion. This one, there are some people who are giving Munguia a chance.
Oh, no,
even though he's the underdog.
Without a doubt, man. And, big shout out to Golden Boy because both fighters come from Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Canelo made his name on Golden Boy Promotions, and Munguia has been with Golden Boy from the start. So, Golden Boy, man, knows how to make stars.
Yeah, Canelo Álvarez, when Golden Boy signed him as a teenager from Mexico, he made his debut, the Golden Boy debut, United States debut, at one of the casinos in the Coachella Valley. On a smaller show, built up, and now he's a man who, look, Canelo, give him all the flowers. He deserved everything that he has, all the accolades, and then some. A man who started off as a kid selling popsicles with the family ice cream business and now calling the shots in the boxing world.
Is that like in the contract? Is it like
Yeah, we have our rematch clause.
You see Canelo doing interviews with the Spanish media that showed up. All these thanks to the media that came here. A lot of media from Mexico came up here to talk to Munguia as they get ready for next week in Las Vegas.
It's very, very
Canelo at one point said he didn't want to fight any Mexicans, but he's fighting one. But why do you think Jaime was the guy he chose?
Both guys fought Ryder in a gap of less than 12 months. Between one and the other.
Canelo Promotions, TGB Promotions, in association with Golden Boy Promotions and Zanfer Boxing Promotions, bring you a Cinco de Mayo weekend blockbuster. Canelo Álvarez puts his belt on the line against Jaime Munguia, a pay-per-view event on Prime Video Saturday, May 4th from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. All right, back at the Wild Card Boxing Gym in Hollywood, California. Beth Durant, Gabe Rosado. As we wrap it up here, Munguia just now doing interviews, just shaking out, get a chance for the media. We haven't seen them because when you're in a Freddie Roach camp, you're not having media pop in and pop out. You're not doing interviews.
Yeah.
It's like you're a real camp. You lock yourself away, and that's it. That's what Munguia needs, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we're in the upstairs part of Wild Card. Freddie has his downstairs, which is locked up, and it's just specifically for Munguia, man.
So this is just for the commoners.
Yeah, this is,
this is where I come.
This is the gym membership, and pros box up here too.
Okay.
I boxed up here in the beginning, back in like 2013, and
so
then
this is how it works?
I earned my spot to train downstairs.
Okay, so
as time went on,
I pulled up and I see it behind the gate. There's
Yeah.
a door. It's like a black door, and it says no.
Yeah.
So
that's right there. That's Freddie's guys down there,
Okay.
and that's where Freddie locks in, and the game plan and the hard work is all put in.
So where we're at right now, you start here and you work your way down the stairs.
And you work your way downstairs.
Wow. Well, Munguia is working his way to a pay-per-view main event. That'll be next Saturday. So again, the details. Next Saturday, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Golden Boy Promotions, Zanfer Promotions, working with Canelo Promotions and TGB Promotions to bring you that blockbuster fight. Yeah, I'm not going to ask you to make you a prediction of who's going to win or anything like that, because that's not fair to you right now. But what kind of fight do you expect?
I expect Munguia to just apply pressure. You know, he's going to try to exhaust Canelo with volume. And I think Canelo's going to try to get in counter shots and work the body and try to slow Munguia down. Canelo has to pick his spots in between the arsenal and the combinations that Munguia will be bringing. But it's going to be a fire fight. You know, I don't think it's not going to be a dud. It's not going to disappoint. No. These are two guys, too much pride involved for this fight not to live up to the hype.
Now, when you work in boxing, full disclosure, you watch the fights with one, you know, you're kind of paying attention because you've been around so long. Gabe's going to be there on the undercard broadcast. Yeah. But this is the fight where okay, you know what? I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
Don't get the bootleg version. Get paid. Get the good one. And you throw the carne asada on, you have the party. It has the feel of the big Mexican fight weekend. It's been about damn time. We need one of those.
No, for sure, man. It's been a while where you get two big Mexican names clashing, and this is it.
Guadalajara against Tijuana. You'll see that Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. All right, make sure to follow all the Golden Boy social media accounts, the YouTube, the behind the scenes. You'll see a lot of them. My man Larry MZ is going to put up the video. Chris Escada is going to get the pictures. Thanks to Jaime Munguia for Golden Boy's PR, and for President Eric Gomez and the Hall of Fame himself, Oscar DeLoy. And, of course, my partner, Gabe Rosado. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm Beltran. Have yourself a great afternoon from Hollywood, California.
Canelo Álvarez.
Jaime Munguía.
Canelo versus Munguia, live on DAZN, May 4th.